Well, it's the 11th annual MLK Drum Major Awards, and at a time when we need to know about the beloved community, we're actually going to be recognizing several individuals from all echelons. We're recognizing those that are elected officials, those that have contributed to the community in their service, um, those that have given their time and their effort to lifelong journeys, and one of those persons is Pat Leiby. She truly represents what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. talked about in the beloved community. Tybee has been doing some great things in reference to the whole focus of Dr. King's Kingdom principles, with the lifelong efforts of what they've been doing in preservation and telling the stories. I've been watching from a distance to see a young person like Pat Leiby have more energy than me and pushing the cause. And recently, even what Tybee did in reference to telling the story and preservation and history, I don't think there's a better person, not only in Savannah or Tybee, but in this nation that should receive that honor. The issue right now, we have young people all over the world marching. In the civil rights movement, there were young people all over the world marching, demonstrating for the right. But there were always elders that sat back and listened. And you know what they said? That's not right. We gotta stand. We gotta make a difference. Someone has to come to the forefront and be the voice that these young young people. I was in that boat in 1984. I started the marches against violence and crime in Savannah at the age of, I'm telling my age of 17 and 18. And it wasn't until there were those elders that said, Carl is right. That young man is making sense. So we need the Pat Leibys to stand in this generation, especially at a time in America when America has taken a backseat to justice. So when I see her on Tybee, of all places, telling the story, I'm reminded of my mentor, former mentor, Reverend Dr. Hosea Williams, who helped integrate the beaches of Tybee. And she's telling the story. They're telling the story. Uh, Not trying to be funny, their MLK Observance Association puts a bigger marker than most observance associations across the nation. They do great work. Pat Leiby is good trouble, in the words of John Lewis, and she is also the epitome of Rosa Parks sit down so that we can stand up. And those individuals like Pat that don't see age as a preference, sometimes in your life, as she says, you just gotta stand up for the good. And her energy uh, is a reminder that we are never at an age where it's too late to make a difference. So I can only say to Pat Leiby, thank you for all that you have done, and I think greater things are to come.